Hey everyone, this is your second stimulus update. I hope that you're all doing well this Friday. I've got great news for you guys. Got a lot to cover. I'll be sharing the latest updates on the enhanced unemployment benefits, the second stimulus checks, and where we stand in terms of getting a second stimulus check through the HEROES Act. For those of you receiving SSI, SSDI, and Social Security benefits who still haven't received your stimulus payments yet, I see you, I heard you, and I haven't forgotten you. I've seen your questions in the comments of my last video, so later in this video, I'll be answering some of your questions about your stimulus checks, so stick around. Also, many of you guys have actually received your stimulus checks this week, so that's great news. So if you were one of them, do us a favor, drop a quick comment below, letting the community know that you did receive your stimulus check this week. So this will give hope to those who are still waiting and remind them that, hey, their stimulus check is still on the way. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I recently changed the name of my channel from Let's Talk Money to my name, which is Ron Yates. So what do you guys think about this name change? This was something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I finally decided to go through with it yesterday. So I don't know. I just wanted to put that out there because I know a lot of you guys couldn't find me due to the name change. So that's what happened there. And if you happen to type my name in, Ron Yates, you might see my fitness channel. But my financial channel is obviously about financial content, so I think it's pretty obvious between the two. I do my best to help everybody out. I understand the stress, the worry, the anxiety that almost everybody is feeling right now as you wait for the latest updates on your stimulus checks. On my last video, I answered several questions from the comments, and many of you guys thank me for that. So, I just want to let you guys know that, I heard you guys and you're welcome. I feel for everyone going through this tough time, and I understand that this whole mess is complicated. It's hard to understand. So, I spend hours researching this stuff just to be able to share it with you guys. If you appreciate these stimulus updates, then show me some love and hit the like button. This lets me know that you guys are enjoying the videos, and it helps get this video shared with others who might need help and answers as well. I really appreciate you guys. I started this channel because I'm beyond passionate about personal finance and investing. I believe that everyone can achieve some degree of financial freedom if they're willing to learn. If you're interested in investing and learning to generate multiple streams of income, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video. There's been a lot of confusion about the second round of stimulus checks. So let's take a moment to clear that up. The second round of stimulus checks have not yet been approved. Many of you guys have been asking when the second stimulus checks will be deposited and mailed. We don't have a firm date on this yet, but I do have updates to provide you guys regarding the process being made toward getting an approval for the second round, the next round of stimulus checks. So the HEROES Act was passed by the House of Representatives about a month ago now, and we still haven't gotten a vote on the bill from the Senate. The initial $2,000 per month stimulus payment may have been pulled from the bill, but the $1,200 stimulus payment is still intact, which is pretty much like what we were paid out under the CARES Act, but much better. So the way it's written in the current version of the HEROES Act, families will receive up to $6,000 for a family of 5. Now, the $600 per week enhanced unemployment benefits are set to expire July 31st, but this current version of the HEROES Act includes a proposal to extend the $600 unemployment benefits until the end of the year. So this is an extra $2,400 a month that people are getting, some people, if you qualify for it. A few weeks back, Mitch McConnell seemed pretty firm on getting the Senate to end the enhanced unemployment benefits on July 31st, mainly because they were concerned that such a large amount of unemployment money would actually disincentivize people from wanting to go back to work. But recently we've heard that the White House is considering extending the unemployment benefits out to the end of the year, but would likely reduce the benefits paid out after July 31st from $600 per week down to somewhere around $250 to $300 per week. This is most likely to increase the pressure for people to go out and look for a new job without just yanking the carpet out from under them. Since these enhanced unemployment benefits were supposed to end at the end of July, this sounds like great news for anyone who needs a little bit more cash to hold them over until finding a new job. So the question is, will this HEROES Act be passed by the Senate? Well, the HEROES Act, as it's written by the Democrats, is about a $3 trillion cost, while the Republicans are proposing a new version that would be closer to around $1 trillion. That's like you putting your house on the market for sale for like $300,000. Somebody walks over to you and offered you 100K. Would you take it? I know I wouldn't. And the Republicans probably won't take it either. So I'd expect a lot of back and forth on this one for sure. All right, guys, let's get into some questions from my previous video. So the first question comes from NY Hot Candy. All right, so NY Hot Candy says, I received my first stimulus May 15th, but waiting on a second payment. So thanks for your question, NY Hot Candy. I'm glad to hear that you received your first stimulus payment, but the second stimulus checks have not yet been approved. So there is no date to offer you at the moment. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated as the situation evolves though. So the next question comes from Joanne Martinez. It looks like she asked two questions. So let's see if we can help her out. So the first question is, hi Ron, my name is Joanna and my question to you is, I receive SSI and I receive my benefits on my debit card, which is called the Direct Express, which they provided for me. And every time I go to check on my status on Get My Payment tool for 3 months now, it's been saying payment status not available. I've been wondering why. Hey Joanne, thanks for your question. I know the response you're getting is pretty vague, but I'll try to figure this out. So since you receive SSI, you should not have to do anything to receive your $1,200 stimulus check. Since you normally get your SSI benefits paid to you on your Direct Express debit card, the IRS should have your information on file and the payment should hit your Direct Express debit card. But if for some reason the IRS sent you a check, it may still be processing and they're still processing the check payments at this time. So that might be what the holdup is. But I see you have another question, so let me jump into that one. So you said on the second question, hi, my name is Joanna, and I also received SSI on my Direct Express card, and still nothing. I'm starting to wonder, am I eligible or did I do something wrong? When this pandemic started, I did create a non-filer's account, but didn't submit because at the time it was asking for banking information, so I didn't submit anything. Do you think that this is why I haven't received anything? Okay, this might be what's going on here. So since you use the non-filer tool, you probably will not get your automatic $1,200 payment on your Direct Express card. Now, normally you would get your $1,200 payment plus $500 for each qualifying child, assuming you had children, in a non-Direct Express bank account that you might have already provided. But since you said that you did not submit it because they asked you for banking account information, they'll probably have to mail it to you since you left the bank information empty. This next question comes from Debbie Huff. So Debbie says, thank you, Ron. I live in Georgia. I need to pay my light bill. I'm a senior citizen. I don't have air conditioning and it's hard to breathe. I don't have a bed to sleep on. If you know of any resources that can help me, would you please let me know? I'm old school, laugh out loud, and not good on using phones to get information. Thank you again. I enjoy your show. I don't know if I mentioned, but I live in Georgia. Well, Debbie, thanks so much for your question. I'm humbled to know that you enjoy my show. I also live in Georgia. I feel for you. It is hot outside. I believe I found some assistance for you to help get your light bill paid and some air conditioning going again. Please reach out to the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. I'll try to remember to leave the phone number in the description of this video down below. But as for a bed to sleep on, I would contact my local Goodwill and Salvation Army centers. I've worked with those guys in the past, and they're usually very, very accommodating. And a lot of times I do have bedding at the local facilities. All right, so the next question comes from Amanda. So Amanda says, I get SSI and I received the $1,200 for the first check, and I did not receive the $500 credit for my son. I do not file taxes, so how do I get that? Hey Amanda, thanks for your question. I appreciate that. So since you don't file taxes, but you've already received your $1,200 stimulus check, but did not receive your son's $500 credit, it sounds like you might have missed the deadline for entering your son's information into the tool. So you would most likely have to wait to file a 2020 tax return in order to receive the additional $500 for your son, assuming that he qualifies. I really hope that this helps. So the next question comes from John Shoemaker. So John Shoemaker says, my wife and I, received the checks around May in the beginning, but not for my child, 12 years old. Will I get that? And will there be another round for SSDI? All right, John, thanks for your question, man. Since you're on SSDI and you received your stimulus checks, but did not get anything for your 12-year-old, I'm assuming that your child was not listed on your 2018 or your 2019 tax return. Or you might have missed the deadline to add your child to the non-filer tool. Now, it sounds like you'll have to wait to file a 2020 tax return to get your $500 child credit. Well guys, that's all for this update. Please hit the like button if you appreciate these videos, and feel free to share it with a friend who needs this information. I wish you guys the best, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.